So what is inner child healing? Inner child healing is a therapeutic process aimed at addressing and healing emotional wounds, traumas, and patterns that originated in childhood. The concept of inner child healing is based on the idea that our early experiences and interactions shape our beliefs, behaviors, and our relationships later in life. It is the process in reconnecting with and nurturing the wounded aspects of ourselves that were formed during childhood. Basically, it's a decision we make as adults to work through, let go, and forgive our caregivers for what didn't happen when we needed it the most, which was during our childhoods. So how do we approach inner child healing? I will always speak from experience, so I can only advise what works for me. So for me, I looked at it like this. I'm grown now, so therefore, I am now the caregiver. It is now my responsibility to not neglect, cause trauma, abandon, or verbally or emotionally abuse myself, and help the child in me understand that parents are just people with their own issues that they have not addressed or dealt with. People are not perfect, and you don't know what you don't know. So if they didn't have it, then how can they give it to you? They can't. And maybe if they could, they would. So I had to start by looking at it that way. Once I sat back and put everything into retrospect, I began to get more clarity on the whole situation. And from there, I started looking for some solutions. Some stuff worked and some stuff didn't. So I will be sharing what worked. One would be what I was doing at the beginning of the video. Painting, of course. Of course, that is going to be my first go-to. And like I've always said, you don't have to be an artist. You don't have to have no type of crazy skill or technique. What I'm talking about is expressive painting, where you can just freely play around with the colors and splash paint around or whatever, and just do what feels good to you, what comes to you. And when you look back at it, I guarantee you will see what you were feeling. So if you are a creator, a creative, an art lover, someone who, loves to paint, draw, or whatever, something like this can work wonders. Perfect for when you want to release negative energy and those pent up emotions that you can't always put into words. And what child doesn't like art and playing around in paint? Another is journaling, but with a little twist. Okay, so the prompt would be to first write what the child in you is feeling, like as if you're talking directly to your parents as a child, and just express how you feel. Things you were never allowed to say, things that you have said but was rejected and brushed off. Dig deep and write out how you felt when they rejected you, when they wouldn't listen, or when, it was just you were ignored. Express all of that, all of what you felt when things like that would happen. Then you are going to respond to yourself. Write down in your response what you needed to hear. Write something comforting back and reassure that inner child that he or she's feelings are valid. You hear them, you understand, and so on and so forth. Y'all, when I did this, I had such a breakthrough. I finally realized how upset I was and how much built up resentment I had, and I had no idea at the time how much I needed to do that. So yeah, I highly recommend like a creative journal prompt. And if you have trouble, I came up with this prompt on my own. But if if you can't think of any, or you need some ideas, just feel free to comment if you would like me to do a separate video with more ideas, more prompts, and I'll be happy to share those in a separate video. And this next one I just recently discovered and tried, and I actually liked it. I thought it was, I never wanted to do it because I don't know, I thought it was kind of weird. But yeah, hypnosis is actually pretty cool. I mean, it's just like guided meditation. With guided meditation, it's more about the present moment, but hypnosis is like the same thing. It's just hypnosis works with your subconscious, and the goal is to help you reprogram your mind through your subconscious, which is where all the bad habits and repeated mistakes and ruminating negative thoughts derive from your subconscious mind. So yeah, so try that. If meditation is not working as well for you, try out hypnosis. It's really dope. I highly recommend it. And last but not least, affirmations and mantras. We all have our moments when we lose our hope, when we're feeling stuck, and we're just feeling, and it just feels like you're never going to get out of this rut. Affirmations and mantras will keep you on track. With all these distractions, we need reminders of what we are here to do and which way we need to go on our journey. It's just good to have reminders. I have my affirmations and the goals I've set for myself in my notes in my phone. So whenever I start to get into a funk, I just pull out my phone and I read them. And it really does help. It helps me to keep going and remind myself that I can do this, that I got this, so that is a good one as well. And speaking of mantras, I have some guided meditations here on my channel that you can check out as well. And I'll soon be adding like some mantras and some affirmations to that playlist. I thought it would be helpful to include some mantras and affirmations, some healing mantras and affirmations, just to have on my channel for anyone in need of a pick-me-up and keep your energy up moving forward anytime you need it. Feel free to go to my guided meditations playlist and check those out, see how they work for you. So yeah, so those are some techniques that have helped me in my healing journey. I'm still a work in progress, and I'm still on my journey. I'm not above anybody. Like I go through my stuff too. I'm trying to learn too and figure stuff out myself. I just wanted to share what I found that has helped me through my personal experiences. It really took a lot for me to make this video because I'm a very private person. I don't like talking about my business. I don't like talking about what I've been through. So that's something I'm just really trying to work on with myself, just being more vulnerable to certain things and less afraid to open up, less afraid to be seen. From what I've experienced in my past hurts, betrayals, vulnerability is just something that just scares the hell out of me. because every time I've given my love and vulnerability to someone, I just always ended up getting burnt. Even though I know that a lot of those hurts came from my lack of boundaries. With me now having boundaries and just getting better with protecting myself and getting better with my discernment from things from my childhood, and things I've dealt with in the past, I've built this wall up, and I keep everyone around me at arm's length. No matter how good they treat me, no matter how much they do for me, I just still have this wall that I'm just trying to break down a bit. Phew, this was a long video. If you're still with me and you made it this far, I love you dearly. So, in conclusion, if this is your first time finding me on this channel, just know that this channel is all about the road to self-discovery and creative transformation. And healing that inner child is no exception. As spiritual and creative people, it's important for us to acknowledge and address our inner wounds in order for real growth to take place. And through my artwork, my goal is to remind you of your divinity. See my artwork as mirrors reflecting back at you the truth of who you are and the divine feminine power within us all. May this journey bring us closer to our true selves. Remember, you are worthy. You are powerful, and you are deserving of all the love you desire. Peace and blessings.